What's up, everybody? Brett here, super stoked today to be bringing you another new game for the channel. It's going to be Orcs Must Die 3. Guys, the music is bumping, first off. Hopefully everything sounds good. I did some audio tests. Everything seemed okay. But now that I'm like hearing it, let's maybe lower it a little bit. I'll just use my mouse for this. That'll make it a heck of a lot easier. God, it's so crazy. 50% almost sounds the same for me, but I know it's always louder in my headphones than it is on YouTube. Let's try something like that. Okay. Alright, guys. Orcs Must Die 3. Developed and published by Robot Entertainment. It released in July 23rd, 2021. I held off on buying it even though I have been a fan of the Orcs Must Die series for a long time. I haven't played them in an equally long time. But back in the day, man, I binge played these games like crazy. I love tower defense games. I love strategy games. And this is a good one. I held off because the reviews were kind of mixed when it first dropped. And, man, for $30, which is what this game costs, it's a pretty steep price. But you just kind of almost have to hope that the developers keep investing in it. And that the game continues to grow, just like the old ones did. And, yeah, so let me read how they describe it. A slice, burn, toss, zap, grind, and give massive hordes of repugnant orcs in this long-awaited successor to the award-winning Orcs Must Die series. Short but sweet. Tower defense strategy game with a lot of different kind of fun angles to it. And we're going to explore it together. For those of you who never played it before, this is my first time. I haven't played any off-camera. And like I said, it's been years and years since I played the first two. Let's do the main campaign. There's a weekly challenge mode, an endless mode, a scramble mode, and drastic steps. So another campaign after the first campaign? Okay. You will be able to change the difficulty at any time. I like that. So we've got apprentice, slower, weaker enemies, endless time between waves, war mage, the intended difficulty, and then rift lord. Enemies are stronger, less time between waves. Orcs now carry shields, and rift points are cut in half. Okay. Well, we're just going to go ahead and play the normal difficulty. I think we'll be fine.
Maximilian is gone. No one knows where he is. He left the Order. He left me with these children. Born with the ability to use rift magic, Egan had no idea how powerful he was. Kelsey was the most studious novice in the Order, but she lacked control. I had to test their capabilities. A real ogre would have eaten you by now.
Sorry, sorceress.
You will wish for that fate before long.
Think he's ever coming back?
Wow, it's like you're allergic to saying smart stuff.
Come, playtime is over.
The game always had a sense of humor. Happy to see that's still part of it. Alright, so we're going to choose who we play as. So Kelsey, the most studious novice in the Order, main weapon, Max's souped up blunderbuss, special movement ability she can levitate. And then Egan, born with the ability to use rift magic. Egan had no idea how powerful it was. I'm just repeating stuff from the little trailer we just watched. Main weapon is a longbow, and ground slam is the movement ability.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
I kind of like Kelsey. Alright, so we might get a little bit of a tutorialization here. So our objective, enemies through the rift reduce rift points. If it reaches 0, you lose. That's our life total in the top center. Currency, placing traps spends this. Get more by killing enemies. And then loadout bar, select different traps and weapons. Okay. Do you want help with the basics? You can always revisit help screens in the menu. I'm going to say yes, guys. I don't think I'm going to need this. I understand the game pretty well. It's just been a long time since I played. But for those of you who've never seen this series before, let's just go ahead and do this. Got it. Okay. Is it just going to show me the same thing? Yep. Trap placement is critical. Select the traps you want to place. And then place them on the ground. We've got movement abilities. We have secondary movement abilities. We should have the ability to levitate. I don't know what any of the buttons are yet, so I'm going to have to play around with that. Weapon secondaries. Weapons have secondary abilities. They use mana. So, as heroes, we have...
Okay, that is definitely not an Order rift.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you I knew that, but I didn't.
You are correct, Kelsey. That rift is different. Quickly, get traps placed and stay on the move. I will instruct you further when I can.
That's pretty cool.
Hear her when we can't see her?
Telepathy, genius. Now, let's try out these traps for real.
Do you want help with inventory? No. So we start off with arrow wall traps, spike traps, and then I guess some weapons we can switch between. We can see the types of enemies we're going to be fighting: light orcs and medium orcs. I guess my thing is, how do I choose my traps? And it appears to be left and right bumper here. So if I want to do a wall trap, there's only certain places you can place those. Let's place... Let's see how intuitive it is. That's kind of what I'm checking right now. Okay. I like these.
This'll surprise them.
And I'm spending all my cash.
No better place than this.
These are some of the better traps, if I remember correctly. And yes, we didn't place any of the spike traps, but I don't know if those are going to be the most efficient. Can't place anything right at the start. Like that. Okay. And then you switch to your weapon the same way you switch to your traps. Okay. That's my shot. Doesn't take mana. And that's my mana shot, which shoots like almost like a grenade, it looks like. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Alright, and I just accidentally started the wave, but I'm cool with that. So you can see the map in the top right. There's only one door and one rift. If we knock them into the lava here, they also die. I wonder if we do more damage the closer we are. Just checking all the buttons right now.
More enemies on the way.
Exactly
And there we go.
where I want it.
And we can watch how the traps focus. So you'll notice the traps are on cooldowns. They don't just infinitely fire. Otherwise they would never get through. Kind of checking the sensitivity, how fast I can turn around.
Die!
And it'll definitely be worth using. Oh, that button. It'll definitely be worth using my alternate fire.
Never see this one.
More enemies on the way.
And it's been a long time since I played, so I don't remember whether or not the strategy is to kind of spread the traps out. We're on wave 3 or 4 here.
Check it out.
Probably should just shoot an orb. Spend a little bit of mana here.
Easy.
So I'm sure they will attack me if I get a little too close. I can speed fire.
Schooled them.
Let's just keep placing these.
I love traps.
So of course, guys, the game starts off easier, but it does get harder. Unleash the horde.
Ready?
I can hit X to call them early, I guess?
More enemies on the way.
Can I kill them inside the spawn? That's a good question. I just saw the word unleashed and I got flashbacks to last night I was watching the new Russell Crowe movie, Unleashed. Relatively new Russell Crowe movie. Definitely don't watch it if you're sensitive to violence. Because boy, was it a violent movie.
Another win!
Assassin is the achievement we unlocked. Alright, gotta love the dance, gotta love it. We got a chance to upgrade. Okay, we got a perfect 5 skull victory, whatever that means. And with our skulls, we now have 18 skulls, whatever that means. And then we got a gravity pillar, lifts enemies up in the air depending on their weight and drops them. Interesting. So it's a ceiling trap. Let's upgrade and see how this works. Do you want spellbook help? No. I'll be fine. I think I can figure out these menus. So, there's lots of different things we can buy with these skulls, it looks like. I'm seeing weapons, I'm seeing traps. Whew, looks like maybe some sort of items. Trinkets, it says. Okay. So, I'm way more interested in traps than anything else. But I wonder if we could just upgrade our pre-existing ones. And we can. And to unlock the new upgrades, we've got to, like, level up the traps. Very cool. So we can increase their damage. What can we do? Increase our reload speed. Well, that was an accident, but I did that, and I'm not upset about it, because it's a cool weapon. I'll probably be using it for a while. Let's go look at the traps before I accidentally spin some more stuff. So we've got acid geyser floors. Sprays AoE acid fountain damaging enemies and applying acid effects. So I'd have to buy it first. You know what? This might be a case where using the mouse is just way easier in these types of menus. Make sure I don't misclick on anything. Does it tell me how expensive the trap is? It does not. Confusion flower. Ceiling pounder. Ceiling laser, brimstone. I remember some of these from back in the day. Not all of them. Giant killer beehive tree. Jesus. Oh, this is war scenario only, which we're not in. Dart spitter. While spinning, shoots many small darts out in every direction, deals physical damage. I'm looking for something that's a little more AoE. The flip trap is kind of cool. It can push heroes into, like, the lava areas. Damage enemies up and down the length of the trap, deals physical damage. Rapid fire ballista. War scenario only. Okay, I don't want to spend my money on stuff that I can't use. Short range cannon that freezes and damages enemies. This looks good. I'm going to increase its range. Some of these are locked. Auto ballista, that seems... Yeah, and the barricade, which is one I remember being incredibly important. Spike trap, we can reduce the cooldown. Reduce cooldown. Arrow wall, okay. We've spent quite a bit. Weapons, I'm okay with accidentally having spent some. Seems good. What do you do? Equipping increases rift points. Makes enemies worth 0 rift points for a short time. Okay. Ring of Storms. I'm hoping we'll get some. Maybe for free. Some free trinkets. Let's go ahead and continue. I will need to change out my traps, though. See if I can do that.
Man, the sorceress is really tossing us into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, it's way more intense than the usual training sessions.
This is not part of your training. There's something different about these new rifts. Every war mage in the Order is investigating.
Finally, we get to be real heroes like Maximilian.
I will settle for you two staying alive and keeping the orcs out of the rift.
Okay. So I'm looking at the map. They have a secondary door here. I don't know what the range on this thing is yet. And this area is big. You see how this doesn't cover this entire hallway? So we can't use that here. So I think what we're going to want to do is cover this area as best we can. This is where the flips would be good. They would send these guys right into this water down here. Quite expensive traps.
That'll work.
Do something like this. I want to try one of these. I don't know what the range is, though. I can't see it. We did upgrade the range because I felt like if I was going to invest in this thing, I needed to make sure it could actually hit the things that I wanted it to hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in the center right here.
Just like in training.
And then let's see how it does. And I may even want to conserve a little bit of money just to make sure that I'm protecting this area here. With the turret, maybe I could place something here and make some defenses there and there. You can't place these types of traps on that type of ground.
Perfect placement.
Let's do that. Alright, that's draining my mana. Let's see if we can go ahead and knock this out, guys. Is there a manual reload? Doesn't look like it.
Now's the time.
Alright, I really want to watch this freeze damage cannon.
Enemies are preparing to breach.
If we can hit the door from here, we'll test it next time and see what the kind of range is. Because it costs 1,000. Want to be careful how I knock these guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright. Alright, next up. Orcs running from this direction. Could do an alternating 2-in-1 pattern. I remember I used to do something like that.
All set.
More enemies on the way. The enemy army is attacking on another front.
Let's not be scared to use
Another door.
our special ammo here. Gotta land it though. Am I getting bonuses for like headshots or something? So they're going both directions now.
The optimal spot.
Okay. Got a bit of a challenge here,
Off we go.
seemingly.
More enemies on the way.
I can potentially shoot them from over here. No, that didn't work. I think my angle was just wrong. Gotta get the hang of this, like, bouncing grenade deal. Constantly scanning to make sure we're not getting hit from the other side, too.
Of course we won.
Alright, once again, coming from the other side. There's no ceiling here. Mm-hmm. It's a good spot.
Totally right.
See where they're coming from first.
More enemies on the way!
Somehow it looks like I'm getting, like, critical headshots. That didn't seem to do much damage to the medium guy. Okay, that did fine. The range here doesn't seem to be the problem.
That'll work.
More enemies on the way!
What I also could have done is like heavily trap one side and then fight on the other side. I'm trying to manage my mana, okay, but I feel like I could spam just a bit more.
I have never been so happy.
I mean, obviously we didn't leak. I don't know if that was good or bad performance. I guess the skulls will tell us. We didn't leak. And I guess our time was also good. I'm good with that. And we've got 20 skulls to spend. And we've now got a tar trap, which will slow enemies. Go back into our upgrades. Can increase the damage here. Deals fire damage. I wonder if I can only get one of these. I wonder if the fire damage synergizes at all with the tar. I feel like that used to be a thing. This thing is so expensive. It costs 1,000, man. Traps. Are there any of these that I want? Lasers that continuously do lightning damage while enemies are underneath. I kind of want this. But I don't know how many like ceiling traps I can use. I've got a floor, a wall, and a ceiling, and that's all I think I really need for now. I don't want to like play into the sunk cost fallacy of continually upgrading my snow cannon if I'm not gonna want to use it. Deals lightning damage or arcane damage. Let's get some lightning damage. That sounds cool. Reduce the cooldown. And then let's get fire damage on that. Can't upgrade that yet. I guess we're good. We have 4, so we could get a trinket. What's a freedom trinket? Equipping gives stun immunity, breaks crowd control effects, and grants short immunity if used. Well, I haven't seen the enemies really play a role in the fight just yet. Let's continue. See what the next level's all about.
Sorceress, if only the oldest living war mage can open rifts, wouldn't that mean...
Yes, Kelsey. The oldest is Master Cygnus, if he is still alive. But why would Master Cygnus open rifts for orcs to pass through from other worlds?
I know rifts provide magic, but this magic is not a positive force.
Keep the orcs at bay. I must travel elsewhere for answers.
Great. We fight the bad guys, she takes a vacation. It's cool.
Interesting. This is probably... Oh, is that a heal? If you run back here, do you get a heal? So there's 2 doors, and they both have to come down this direction. Eventually. They both sort of funnel into the same place. So I think we build here. Oh, and I have space for 4 traps now. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I definitely want that.
Never see this one.
That. I already know I want ceiling traps here as well. They're so expensive. I might hold off for just a bit here. My real question is, so I don't think I need to place 3 of these. I think that's a bit overkill. I think what I do is something more like this. Like, just cover the center. Oh, these are $7.50? Oh, geez. Okay.
Exactly where I want it.
You know what? We'll do this. And I'm going to put this one something like here. And we might get a second one up here. But let's do it. Did they used to hide stuff in the maps? I don't remember. I also don't remember what happens if I fall.
I may need a new face. Try again.
Did it just reset me? Okay. As long as it doesn't affect my score, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
So this is cool. We're just going to fight these guys as they spawn here. And I'm not saying we won't put any traps here or there to sort of thin the herd as they get to our main defenses. Because I think the problem is going to be if we only defend in one spot, they're going to overwhelm it. So, I mean, if we could kill a ton of them before they ever even get to our trap, that's huge. I see that's clearly some sort of mana potion. And we can kite them. Interesting. Okay, next wave. Seemingly this one.
More enemies on the way!
Get some more wall traps, please.
Man, these little dudes are so fast.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Kobolds. They'll also set off our traps.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I leaked one of these. That's not cool. I should have more quickly set my traps, but I didn't think I was going to have to deal with this yet. So this is where the slow might come in handy.
Can we go again?
Sure. Something like that. We're not going to get the maximum number of skulls, I'm sure, which means less upgrades for us, which is no good. I'd probably just end up taking this fight in my free time. Gonna unleash the horde here. So we're only getting attacked from this angle.
Enemies are attacking on another front.
So what I didn't notice is whether or not she said the kobolds do or do not trigger traps. Or maybe they're just too quick for certain traps. I kind of want to test and see how they do versus my tar traps. Oh, nice. We're getting some lightning. Oh, hell yeah. I will say this map feels very familiar.
That right there should be extra credit.
I don't know if I've played this exact like layout before. And we'll just fill these with
No
spikes.
better place than this.
And with that, we are minorly broke.
Perfect placement.
So unleash the horde. At least we could try and still get like a
More
fast.
enemies on the way.
A skull for being fast, man. That really doesn't give me much height. I'm not getting a lot of parabolic arc on my shots there. So I'm only seeing red dots from this side so far. So I feel safe to come up here and try and get them. Oh, here they come. So in order maybe to prevent the kobolds from running by, I switch it up. And I think the tar traps are having some sort of interaction. See how they're being set on fire? I don't know if they're just normally set on fire by fire traps, which would make sense, let's be real. They made it kind of far there.
More enemies on the way.
That's a good one. And with that, I'm a little broke. Dang. Let's keep the enemies in front of us. Because we have knockback, I don't want to accidentally knock the enemies behind me. Can't believe we leaked once just to the kobold. Before I even knew a kobold was a thing. We're holding quite nicely, but guys, don't get too optimistic. This game is going to get a lot harder if the first couple games are any thing to go by. Let the traps do their work.
I have never been so happy.
Hell yeah, put a little sauce on it. Dance it up. Dang it. Alright, well, let's get our upgrade. We got a healing trinket. Equipping increases health regeneration, heals players if used. Let's see, how do I...
Totally ready.
Well, I don't know how to upgrade or increase my trinkets or whatever. Or equip them. Activate it 9 times. Increase passive health regeneration or increase active heal amount. Maybe I'm just always wearing it on all my characters? I don't know. Alright, arrow wall. It says complete. Deal 3,000 damage. Increasing the damage feels kind of relevant. We don't yet have the ability to get the unique ones. What about Tar Trap? Increases the slow. That seems good. Spike Trap, reduce the cooldown even more. Maybe we look at trying another trap like a... Man, I want the ceiling laser. Confusion Flower, Ceiling Pounder. This one's not that expensive. Arcane Dragon. Automatically fires a penetrating arcane orb in a straight line. I kind of just want to max this out. Upgraded. We can maxed out the spike traps. Alright guys, let's do one more mission. And see how well we do.
So, do you think the sorceress will be back soon?
We're doing pretty well on our own.
Hey, Kelsey, how do you know so much about rifts and the Order?
I study all the time, Egan. I like to know all the answers.
Then tell me why glue doesn't stick to the inside of the tube.
That's a good question. Never thought of that. Alright, first question is, where do both of these doors end up meeting? And they meet here. This is not a great defensible position, though. But there may not be a great defensible position where I can just put all my stuff in one spot. Once I get barricade traps, I could see maybe barricading them up and forcing them to run through here, and then doing something like that. I mean, these are really great little, like, kill hallways.
Just like in training.
Let's get a single tar pit. It all depends on how soon the next area opens up. I think I'm just going to do this.
Exactly where I want it.
And I don't need the heal. I need to use this trinket, though, in order to level it up. So I might just use it at some point, even if I don't take any
They have
damage.
pretty long-range attacks.
Yep, I remember from the simulations.
It looks like I can kill them in their spawns. And our spike trap should have really good cooldowns now. They're our most efficient trap at the moment, only 300 gold. They do lots of different types of damage.
Another expected victory.
Okay. So we've got enemies coming from here now. We can go set some nice traps up in a disorderly region.
I love traps.
Something similar to the other spot. And it's telling me that no one's spawning
Can't wait.
out of the
Let's
other
do
door.
it.
And then from here, I mean, maybe we just start... Let this soften up the enemies that we're fighting, and then we start consolidating our building.
Enemies have broken through again. Here they come.
in that one hallway where they both have to meet. Alright, later, nerd. Alright, I am taking a little bit of damage, but I have passive regen thanks to that healing thing. Trinket. Always try to use the terminology of the game instead of just calling it stuff and things.
Of course we won.
Alright, here we go. Next. I've got serious cash. Like, this is what I'm saying right here.
This'll surprise them.
Whether or not this is good or not, I don't know.
That'll work. Perfect placement.
Okay.
Let's
See where
go.
they're coming from first. I have a feeling it's this side, but I could be wrong.
More enemies on the way.
Oh, and we can sprint. I didn't even know that.
Ow.
Okay, kobolds are going to be the most annoying enemies here.
Oh, I am good at this.
And there's 6 waves to this. Okay. Time to go to the other side. Okay. More enemies coming from the other side now. Let's sprint. God dang it. I think our traps back there would catch a single kobold, but it's hard to know. Alright, next wave's already coming. Do something like that.
The
More
optimal
enemies
spot.
on the way.
Ah. There we go. Might need to up my turning radius just a little bit. I also realize I'm sitting incredibly close to my TV. By TV, I mean my monitor. I'm just old. I say weird, incorrect terminology sometimes.
Another win.
Oh, nice.
No better place than this. They'll never see this one.
Okay. Is this just money? It is. Not a ton of money, but money. I mean, 300 is not going to make or break us right now.
do this.
Alright, let's see where they spawn from first, and then we'll go there.
More
Alright,
enemies
here.
on the way.
Other side, other side. Go back to the other side. I wonder if the lasers would do a better job at dealing with the fast runners. Because the slow turret just seems to miss. Looking the wrong way. The kobolds are getting got though.
Let's go.
Alright, the next wave is coming quickly.
The optimal spot.
More enemies on the way.
Just like in training. Ooh.
I'm in the zone right now, y'all. I think the tar traps are doing a lot of work. Unspoken heroes, perhaps. I'm trying to watch the map as close as I can. Because I can kind of tell by the speed what's moving, whether or not they're kobolds. But I could just be being a little bit overly paranoid at their effectiveness. Let's just remember to use that once. I think to level our weapon, we have to get a certain number of kills with secondary fire, so maybe try to prioritize that sometimes too. But with that done, excellent, another perfect 5-skull victory for us. And let's get the satisfaction of getting the upgrades. Oh, we unlocked Barricade, sweet. Used to block paths and change the enemy's route to the rift. That would have been incredibly useful on that last map. See what we can do here. Increase health and reduce cost. I mean, if they cost 1,000, that's pretty prohibitive. Sometimes. Though the barricade might be the most important quote-unquote trap in the game. And I think if I'm going to use them, I need to upgrade them. Yeah, make them as cheap as possible. I don't know how much each one of those upgrades just lowered its cost. Maybe 100, something like that. Hopefully we brought it down to maybe like 800 cost. And then we can change the floors that way. Increase reload speed more. Increase damage more. You know what? I like this. Pierce enemies. Oh, you can only have one. Oh, man. Let's get the pierce. I didn't realize that, but I'm glad I realize it now. Let's deal lightning damage. Better to learn it now than way late in the game. I don't think there's a way to get our money back, quote unquote. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Oh, actually there is. You can refund all upgrades. Oh, and we can just do that. And we can spend our stuff however we would like. This is very good for optimizing, you know, play in individual floors. This is a nice little feature. Oh, very cool. So I still want to do that, but now I'm going to save 5 skulls and not, you know, get that extra upgrade that doesn't actually apply. Let's get the fire damage. Can increase the damage there a little bit. Can increase the slow here. I do think we want to get our reload speed, right? And I do like making that usable. Give that really good range. And since it's giving me some free traps, I'll hold off on buying more. Activate the trinket 9 times. Okay. I'll increase the damage here so that maybe it'll have a chance to one-shot the medium type guys. But y'all, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Goodtalk Gaming. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoy this game, if you have any experience playing it yourself. Yeah, I'd love to know what kind of love for Orcs Must Die there is in my community. It's kind of an OG game for me, so take care, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.